Cannes kicks off Tuesday with one of the glitziest lineups in years as Hollywood stars and studios return in numbers to the world's biggest film festival. The opening movie Alone, The Dead Don't Die, has a small army of stars led by Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Chloe Sevigny, Danny Glover, Tilda Swinton and Steve Buscemi. The cast of the tongue-in-cheek zombie flick by our house favorite Jim Jarmusch also takes in music legends Iggy Pop as one of the undead, as well as Tom Waits, singer Selena Gomez and rapper and Wu-Tang Clan guru RZA. Having had its Tinseltown thunder stolen in recent years by Venice, which some U.S. studios now using the Italian festival as their Oscars launchpad, this time Cannes is putting its much smaller rival in its place. Quentin Tarantino brings auteur heft and star power to the party with the premiere of his epic Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a quarter of a century after he lifted the Palme d'Or, Cannes top prize, for Pulp Fiction. The panorama of Charles Manson-era Los Angeles stars Leonardo DiCaprio as a television western star and Brad Pitt as his stunt double, with Margot Robbie playing actress Sharon Tate, who was murdered by the cult leader's followers. Rambo v and Rocketman - almost as big a who was persuading Elton John to launch his warts and all musical biopic Rocketman on the Croisset out of competition, with festival director Thierry Frémaux hinting that the singer will perform on his grand piano at the premiere. The screening on Thursday is the first big blockbuster event at the festival, where Sylvester Stallone will also unveil a teaser for Rambo v. Last Blood. Another headline grabber will be the stir that soccer legend Diego Maradona is sure to create when he turns up for a documentary on his roller coaster career by the maker of the Oscar-winning Amy. The festival has stirred controversy itself by giving a prize to veteran French star Alain Delon, with the Women and Hollywood lobby group saying honoring a man who has to admit to hitting women sucks. Mexican director Alejandro González Iñárritu, who heads the jury who will pick the Palme d'Or winner, also struck a political note Tuesday by condemning populist leaders like U.S. President Donald Trump, but without naming names. The world is melting and these guys are ruling with rage and anger and lies and making people believe that they are facts, he told reporters. This is a dangerous thing we are returning to 1939, he added, referring to World War II. We know how this story ends if we keep with this rhetoric. Analysts, meanwhile, were upbeat about this year's offerings. The Oscars? Who cares? That Cannes has managed to get Rocketman is a very big coup because Paramount was historically one of the studios who were the most reluctant to show films at the festival, said Christian Junjan, author of the book Hollywood and Cannes. Studios have often been reluctant to risk their big-budget productions, fearful of a savaging from critics. They have not forgotten the pasting that the Da Vinci Code and last year's Star Wars spin-off Solo took. Cannes got Rocketman thanks to Frémaux's friendship with Paramount boss Jim Giannopoulos, Junjan said, who was head of Fox when it took Moulin Rouge to the Croisset in 2001. It's precious breathing space for the festival, which is stuck in a standoff with Netflix over the streaming giant's refusal to release its films in French cinemas. Yet Netflix has far from turned its back on Cannes. Jerome Paillard, the head of the festival's vast market, where deals worth hundreds of millions of dollars are done, said it has sent a team of around 25 buyers and executives. That is even bigger than it was last year, he told AFP. More than ever the whole world comes to Cannes, particularly the Americans. They are still the biggest group overall, and their numbers remain stable, Paillard added. Even so, the last big Cannes Oscar success was the comedy The Artist in 2012, which won 5 gongs after being premiered on the Croisset. Frémaux, who had only 2 U.S. films in the main competition last year, claimed that Cannes is above this general obsession about the Oscars. The festival, which calls itself the Olympics of Film, is about world cinema, he said, and giving a platform to new voices and auteurs.